No, I can't hold this third Nexus, and I'm not even going to try. Like, everybody retreat. Let me get into a better place. He was always so good at holding off those boys pushes, and he's good at holding off just regular pushes like this as well. Just because he's just so calm in those situations, he always does the right thing pretty much from what I've seen out of this guy. We're going to jump into game number 3, guys, here. It's on Bonnie Research Station. Down here in the south, in the blue, the Protoss player. From KT Rolster, it is Zest.
Zesty.
This plays more than zesty, man.
Got that pizzazz. Up here at the top in red for CJ Entis, it's Bbyong. And, you know, one thing, if I had to sum up Zest's play in one word, and I don't mean just today, I just mean in general, like throughout his career, it's confidence. Like,
oh yeah,
so confident. Every decision he makes, you never see a moment where Zest is in the booth and he's got any moment of fear or hesitation. Like, every single move he makes is like so calculated.
Yeah, 100% agree. I mean, you could even see it on his face. He's just so calm and calculated every single time. Like, that's why he's just so good at making those right decisions because of his mindset.
Yeah, if you want to compare him to two of the other top pros in the world right now, like if you want to compare him to, like, say, Hero, the Hero, I feel like he just flows. Like, he just kind of flows through the game, and, like, yeah, sometimes he just does things he thinks are right, and as soon as something goes wrong with that, he knows how to flow back out of it and, like, fix it. Like, he just kind of flows like water. That's the impression I get from him. You look at a player like Parting, he's just insanely aggressive, and he's very confident in that and knows about his micro as one of his strengths. We're really starting to see, like, quite a difference in personality with the top Protosses in Korea. Like, it's pretty huge.
And I'm liking that. I love when we just get to see, like, not, like, 3 of the same robot types. Or, you know, they're, like, different varied versions. You know, Zest came out a little bit later. He's, like, type 009 or something, whereas Hero's, like, 006.
It was like that for a while. It really was.
Yeah.
Last year, Pro League, there's every cross every game.
SOS. Oh, man.
Yeah, SOS, I wouldn't even necessarily say he's like a top Protoss right now. Like, he's not.
Well, I mean last year in Pro League.
Yeah. I'm just saying for nowadays, like, if I want to compare him to them, I would just say he's more like, I don't know, he's just a trickster.
Yeah, he's a trickster. That guy has some really interesting play, like, especially recently in Pro League, some of the plays he's made. He embarrassed Dream so badly in that game. By the way, I was casting that, I think it was with Moonglade.
Yeah, I think so.
That was just like a super embarrassing game for Dream, and SOS just looked like a tactical genius. It was crazy, man. Even though I'm sure all the Terrans were crying in the chat and on the boards on Team Liquid, they're like, oh my god, Protoss OP, but actually it was just SOS, and Dream just not playing safe, and it was just a face roll, man. It was crazy.
Well, good thing that Protoss is getting a disruptor in Legacy of the Void. Not like they need any more AoE damage.
I don't know who thought of that in the Blizzard HQ. Like, Jesus.
Does anyone else think the Adept is basically just a Blink Stalker that's worse off Cyber Cortex?
Or a Reaper, man. A lot of people were comparing that to the Protoss Reaper.
I think that's a somewhat fair comparison, but not quite. I actually thought that you could send the Adept over cliffs when it was first announced, which ended up being false.
Does it go through buildings?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I actually have not made one Adept in my testing, just because it doesn't seem like that good of a unit. I'm definitely going to have to test it out.
Yeah.
But if you're... I feel like it's good as a scouting unit if you think about it. There's like, 7 seconds and it gains speed when it's in that. So you barely even have to get close to the base, and you just go into that form and it could just like scoot through all the buildings and get right in the main and see exactly what tech you're going for.
Yeah, they have to have a wall
especially in PvP. Yeah, I guess maybe you can force field it, but
I don't know about that.
Usually in PvP, you're not going to have that many sentries, and you're probably going to use it for hallucination.
Yeah, well, Sentry's got super. Their role is like super pushed down.
Thanks, Ravager.
Yeah, like I made a few Sentries today on PZ. It was
a big mistake.
It was a mistake, man.
Big mistake. Rookie mistake.
Rookie mistake, indeed. Are we going to see Banshees, or is this a Raven about to pop out here? I think it's going to be Raven.
If we see Banshees, I mean, can't remember the last time that happened, man.
Well,
TVP.
They're definitely not in style. Well, this is pretty interesting. So we haven't talked about this game too much because we were going on our little legacy rant, but
Yeah.
it's going to be pretty quick 2-base Colossus with 4 gas out of Zest. So he's going to go 2 Colossi with range, it looks like right away, like rush those out pretty quick. The Raven here just, I think, means he wants to shut down observers. Might see some like auto turret harass later, something like that, as the Raven becomes less useful, but probably going to kill the observers to kind of hide what he's doing, and then just do some of these Widow Mine drops. It's not like a mech TVP or anything. Don't get too excited, nerds. Let's calm down.
Coach, like, went in the booth. He's like, dude, you're screwed. Just play mech next game. And Byung's like, yeah, you're probably right.
It's like, I got this text.
He's making tanks.
Oh, my God.
I think it's just going to be a push.
It's just going to be... don't
like, there's no way he's gone mech man.
Don't say the words 111. Nobody say that. That's banned. Nobody can say those words. But yeah, I heard that the CJ Entis coach was really close with this foreign player who streams a lot. He's very vocal. I think he's called Avilo.
Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, I think he might.
Avilo.
Yeah. A violin, something like that. That observer got shut down hard, by the way, and this is just, again, to deny the scouting. Okay, so this is kind of cool. So now he's like, oh, maybe you're doing a tank push or something with the Raven, but he's like, he's not sure how many tanks are. He doesn't know if tanks are being made for sure because the observer died first. And with the placement of that third CC, like, I don't think this is going to be an all-in. This is actually going to be mech. 2 factories are being added right now. What is going on?
Are you serious?
2 factories.
Are you serious?
And an armory.
Here we go. Here we go. I assume that engineering bay is just for turrets.
All right, here we go. Mech TVP. And Artosis isn't even in Korea to watch it.
Yeah.
He might be watching
from Germany.
I hope so. I know he is. Hi, Artosis.
He's on the Azuba stream, by the way, if he is watching.
Yeah. Go chat with him. So,
we may see a little push out of Zest here, actually. We didn't talk much about him. He made a lot of gateways.
I think he wants to shut down any sort of third base and just kind of slow down any sort of mech push. Because he does have like a decent amount of stalkers that can slow down army movements across the map for some siege ups. He's getting Warp Prism speed, and he's making Warp Prism, so let's see what this ends up being. A ton of bunkers going up over here as he starts to see this push coming across the map. This push, I don't think he can actually commit to this. There's 2 siege tanks here.
Yeah, 2 siege tanks, but those Marines, no stim. Of course, I don't think any upgrades for the infantry, in fact.
Nope. He has an eBay, but that's just for adding turrets. The Colossus does not have range either. I'm thinking we're going to see Warp Prism speed here for, okay, 2 Stargates.
Colossi drops.
Not Colossi drops, but Immortal drops, I think.
You think so?
I think that's a high chance, and I think we're going to start to see Void Rays and Carriers. Maybe Tempest as well. I'm kind of in a legacy mindset sometimes when it comes to this sort of stuff.
+1 to air weapons.
Yeah. I think we're going to see some Tempest, maybe some Carriers if this goes Super Mech. The medevacs you see here are just simply going to be for Hellbats, I think. Hellbat drops, Widowmine drops, anything like that. Oh, nice move. Hallucination again being used against Widowmines here. Whoa.
Thought it would be able to kill those SCVs, but again, they have that 5 extra health, I guess.
Drilling Claws is going to make this sort of Widowmine style a lot more viable. And 2 turrets and a Widowmine here. This is not happening.
Yeah, you're not getting into that base at all. He does scout that drop, though, of Bbyong. He's got a lot of buildings over here at his back base. There's a lot of gateways and the 2 Stargates. And is that another? Wow, it's 3 Stargate fleet beacon.
Yeah, I mean, this is the right choice. Stats, actually, a teammate of Zest, ran a clinic on how to beat mech in this matchup versus Supernova just, I'd say, like 6 months ago or so. You make carriers, and you do just fine. Phoenix here to help out. Is actually going to tank a shot, but boom, those Widowmines starting to do damage because they got Drilling Claws. Can't just use 1 Phoenix to hold this off.
I was really surprised that Medevac actually survived. Just not enough Stalkers, just barely. He had a Phoenix there with 3 Stalkers, but it does survive at 21 health.
Yeah, the Phoenix was lifting the Widowmine, so it couldn't fire. That's crazy that gets away. All right, carriers on the way. 2 of them. They're going to have +1. He definitely
3
needs,
of them.
3 of them, in fact, yes. He definitely needs to get the Gravitic boosters up. I mean, not Gravitic boosters. Graviton Catapult upgrade.
Yeah.
He needs that because that's going to make the carriers so much more useful because it launches interceptors like significantly faster. And the carriers are slow units. They're not as good as they are in Legacy. They build slowly.
Yeah, they're so good in Legacy. Loving the carriers in Legacy.
They're really
pretty
fun.
much like the only Protoss hope. Wow, look at that scan.
That's a huge scan. He needs to counter this with additional starports. 3 more CCs on the way. This could be a long one, boys. Get the popcorn ready. I know a violin of Vilo, or whatever his name is, he's definitely watching now. He's probably talking about how Bbyong's not doing it right, but he's really happy that he's trying his style. These Hellbats are a bit out of position.
He did get the blue flame, so I expect some Hellbat drops going to be coming in here soon. Maybe Hellion into Hellbat drops.
Now, right now, what Bbyong just accomplished with all those Hellions, 2 to the right side and Hellion mode and those ones on the left side is, oh, okay, you don't have a 4th base. That's going to be a really good feeling. He's got all these extra orbitals, and he's got a turtley comp that's going to allow him to take a 4th somewhat soon. And I feel like Bbyong with this is like, are you going to attack me with these first few carriers? I don't think so. You're going to need more bases.
Oh, 2 coming in here with the blue flame. They don't go down. They can one-shot probes.
Yep.
Doing a lot of damage, actually. Already 7 probes going down now. 9? Ugh. Yeah, this was always the thing that gave me nightmares playing against Mech back in the day.
Yeah, man, those Hellions, if they get in there, they're just going to do so much damage. Graviton Catapult is on the way, +2 as well as shields. And only 2 Viking production at a time. He's going big on the Thors. He's actually going up to 6 Thors right now. Thors are good against interceptors, but Vikings can, you know, we'll see. Actually, let's see. I don't even want to sound like an expert in this matchup with this comps because I've only commentated it very few times.
Yeah. I'm just kind of like sitting back and waiting and seeing exactly how this is going to go down.
I've never seen this Thor approach, and I think last time I was commentating this sort of style in this matchup, the Thors didn't have the change priority where they're going to like just blow those air units up really quick. And they do have that other mode they can go into, you know, to do a ton of damage to carriers if they can get on top of them. 1 Raven is not going to be the big game changer with PD because interceptors shoot really, really, really fast.
Yeah. Looks like Templar Archive's on the way. I would guess that's for Archons. Archon's pretty good against Mech in general.
Yeah, Storm as well might be something we see. Not sure about this Sentry drop.
The Vikings, I guess, right?
Yeah, is he going to try to force field off the ramp or something? I don't get this. I don't get the Sentry drop. Going to blink and force field the ramp, I guess.
He actually is if he gets onto it. I mean, he's blinking in. He's already gotten that. Here we go. Sentry drop coming in.
Oh, I did not expect this. This is pretty cool. Thors can break force fields, though.
Yeah.
But if he can escape with these Stalkers, this is a great move. If he can't, he's going to regret it for the rest of his life.
Where is that Colossus going? He's like going back there for harass.
Zest is looking really desperate with these moves. It's a cool idea with the mobility he has, but he just cannot mess this up. This Colossus gets 5 kills.
And not fighting with his entire army. They're picking off a tank, I believe, maybe a Viking. And he's going to get away eventually. And it looks like that Colossus was picked up by the Warp Prism. Or maybe not. Maybe it just died.
I think it died.
Warp Prism just alone. Nobody inside.
Well, this is turning out to be a pretty exciting game already. Sentry's still on that drop. Fairly useless against Mech. So he doesn't really care if he loses them. He's just trying to use this Blink Stalker comp to literally avoid the Mech, which is why at some point Bbyong is probably going to want to maybe add some more siege tanks.
Got to be really careful. He's only got 3 siege tanks.
Yeah, so like those tanks aren't doing anything with him in this ball. He might as well leave him at a base.
7 carriers already on the map. I think he's making more. He's about to finish Storm here, and just not a lot of Vikings in general. And they're just going to get blown up at the same time. Young's got to be so careful with his army control. He's losing free units, freaking out to these drops.
This one Thor will like literally kill every unit by itself. He's going to bring the Vikings back to clear up that medevac, or rather the Warp Prism. What? This hallucination.
I think he's just like having a bit of fun. He's just like, well, let me make some Archons, I guess.
If you spam the C key, that'll do it for you, I guess. Or actually, no, I'd bring Colossi out. I guess it's a different hotkey for that. But this army finally is in position to defend. It's going to try to blink and kill some tanks. Gets 1. Small victory here. Thors do so much crazy range to kill that observer. These Zealots still have not been dealt with. This might do it. Not quite.
1 survives. He's just back there. Bbyong is having a very hard time dealing with these drops.
Okay, this is what I was waiting to see.
Uh-oh. Vikings caught out. He's going to get 2 of them, it looks like. Going for a third.
But is this going to be an overcommitment? He's actually going into the main base here. You know what? I think he's still actually going to be fine.
Oh, my God. Zest is totally controlling this. Like, Bbyong is sending a message to the world, do not play mech against Protoss. That's kind of what we're seeing here.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's getting some serious damage, and it's costing him a lot, but he has a big bank, especially in minerals. Doesn't lose too many stalkers. And notice that, like, he's always floating a little bit, less of a maxed supply. Like, he's always less than 200. It's because he waits to decide what he wants to warp in. He's like, okay, do I want 5 Zealots to harass right now, or do I want to build some more army units so I get a carrier here? There are on the map right now
9.
12 Thors and 10 carriers. Yeah,
I thought you were going to talk about the carriers. 10 carriers now. 1 just popped out. Tons of scans going down. He wants to see where these bases are.
He wants to find the army as well. He wants to know exactly where it is, how to hit it, how to approach it.
Yeah, positioning just so important for mech right now. And
oh wow, are they just going to pass each other? Is this actually going to happen? This is going to get crazy.
This is pretty intense. 1 High Templar getting a little bit
okay,
too far
these
ahead.
Thors are way out of position. They're taking so much interceptor damage already. They need to target those Vikings. The Thors can shoot the interceptors, but the Vikings cannot. They need to be targeting. There's actually just not enough of them. This army is going to get shreked right now by these carriers.
He lost so many of the Vikings earlier on.
This game is over.
He lost his entire army right now. Storm's going down. All the Vikings. GG. Zest wins 3-0.
That was just a...
that was like, I don't know.
Most one-sided challenger game in Korea we have seen this year.
Yeah, I don't know if Bbyong was playing seriously with that comp, man. That just didn't look like the greatest game out of Bbyong, to be honest.
I don't know. I mean, I think the answer to carriers is Vikings and not Thors. We have seen carriers work really well against mech. They are the answer. Every time we see a high-level mech versus Protoss, it's always carriers. That's the answer. But Thors as the counter to this, I've never seen before, and I didn't see it today either. It definitely didn't counter him.
I didn't see anything, man. I was closing my eyes and casting that game. Zest wins here 3-0. King Sejong Station, Cactus Valley, and Bonnie Research Station made it look incredibly easy. Zest really informed these days, and I'm going to be looking forward to his future games here in the round of 16. I want to see exactly how far this guy can get because he's just looking in shape, man. He's looking to win as well. Like I said earlier on, just very practiced play. He showed up today for sure.
Really, really practiced. Bbyong, on the other hand, I can't say I was very impressed today. Definitely trying some new stuff, but he just.
I didn't see any of that, man. Like
he just was one step behind, and